Hello guys, this is game number 2 of World Championship Beezelboy vs Arrow. Hope you enjoy this battle. Let's go guys. Thank you for watching. Please hit the like button.
Didn't really see that Shadow Steelix, and I think this matchup in particular is a little tough for Arrow, but so was yesterday. He was facing in a Unova Sunfist that he was triple weak for, and it didn't even matter, and now he's able to call the lead of that Shadow Steelix with the Shadow Kanto Marowak, and that is an awesome lead, swapping into the Galarian Moltres, and now swapping into the Gliscopod, but this is not terrible for Beezelboy. Now you have the energy advantage versus the Gliscopod.
You do have the energy advantage, but Arrow can maintain switch alignment because of that Fury Cutter, the neutral Fury Cutter damage, and the high attack of Gliscopod is what really chews through these health bars. Look at the health of the Moltres. It's already down to half, and you haven't even gotten to the first move yet. Gliscopod will outpace this Moltres, even though Beezelboy had an energy advantage.
No shield.
Yeah, he's in a tough position because he knows that there's a back-to-back. He does get to next 5, but Arrow knows it and throws the Aqua Jet. Does Beezelboy throw this fight?
No!
Opts not to because he's not in a great spot with the Steelix either. It's going to take super effective damage. No, but he goes for the counter down with the Shadow Annihilate instead. Maybe taking a book from his old teammate Trent, knowing that with energy, Shadow Annihilate can put in work. He doesn't even care about the Steelix anymore. He just wants to put everything on the line with this Shadow Annihilate.
This is brilliant from the Phenom of Beezelboy, able to ramp up all of this energy while taking all that resisted Fury Cutter damage. That is double resisted Fury Cutter damage. You're not taking anything. Now you have all this energy. You're at double attacks, but Arrow calls it. Arrow calls the bait of the Rage Fist, but Beezelboy, it doesn't even matter. He doesn't even care to go for the Ice Punch. He's just going straight Rage Fist. He's gonna try to Rage Fist and counter through all of Arrow's team.
Can he do is the real question. This is a double attack boosted Annihilate. Can you get the fight? You can't get to it. That's rough for Arrow. However, the Mud Slap damage is what's really going to do a lot of damage.
Look at these counters.
Oh wait, he leaves with the energy instead. Beezelboy wants to try to get to a crunch to put this in that Rage Fist range. He's at the back-to-back Bone Club. Annihilate is going to win charge attack priority. Can he hang on from the Bone Club's real question. Is going to be super effective. Is going to be on a Shadow Steelix, and the Marowak is going to reach it. You can see Beezelboy wincing a little bit. Not sure if the Shadow Steelix can hang on. He needs it to hang on to have a chance because the Annihilate has already cleared his buff. But no, can you get to the Ice Punch? You can, but he doesn't. Oh wait, yeah,
there's a protect shield.
Yeah, you're right. I got a little lost in sauce there, but well played from Arrow there. Beezelboy, his only shot he thought in his mind was that he needed to get to that crunch, grab the final shield, or maybe and if saying anything right now,
he is locked
this
in
is a different
here.
Arrow,
and now he damage this bullet punch does. Even though it is neutral, it just chunks the Tinkaton. You dominate this matchup, and you can come out with some health against the backline of Beezelboy. He has no answer to Shadow Caesar.
No, not even just that. Look at the backlines. Glycopod for Lapras, Shadow Steelix for Moltres. He is completely checkmated in this matchup. If Beezelboy can find a win condition here, it's going to be incredible. He might even grab a shield, but no, Arrow feels confident. Doesn't need to shield the Bulldoze. He actually swaps over. Wait, this might be the opening that he needs. He swaps a Gliscopod into the Moltres. It's a Simul swap, but now Beezelboy might have a chance because now the Lapras has a slight opening. It's not great into Thunderfang Steelix, but it could do something, especially if you grab shields.
Exactly. If you get shields down in this scenario, Beezelboy is not out of this matchup. With shields down, Lapras can handle specifically the Shadow Steelix because double Sparkling Aria is going to be able to knock out that Shadow Steelix, no problem. And Arrow deciding to just let this Gliscopod go, thinking that there's no way there is going to be that Shadow Kanto Marowak in the back, and you can just soak all of this damage. 2 shields, Shadow Steelix is looking poised to sweep the entire backline. No way, I am shocked at this shield. This is resisted, but it is a Brave Bird. It's a strong attack, so you do protect shield that up. Now you have a crunch worth of energy, but you have to be desperately aware of taking a Sparkling Aria at this health. It could become very close to knocking you out.
Yeah, I mean, especially with the sidewave damage adding up to Arroh, maybe a little confused and not expecting to see the Lappers there. Goes to the Psychic Fangs. Great no shield from Beezelboy, knowing that if it is Psychic Fangs, you don't want to shield the first one. Crunch is not going to take you out either. We get the obviously guaranteed defense drop. Now, there's a catch opportunity for both players, but it's much easier for Beezelboy to catch because he's throwing that one-turn move. Arroh cannot prevent Beezelboy from throwing a catch, whereas Beezelboy can throw the sidewave in between the two-turn Thunder Fangs to avoid the catch.
But
that's
Caleb,
the first one.
Can the Shadow Scizor get to a Night Slash? I think it's very, very close.
That's possible.
And if it can take a Sidewave or two Sidewaves or one Fairy Wind, and here's the
comes-
swap, and there's the Night Slash, but there's
What
the
a
counter
catch!
swap by Beezelboy!
Beezelboy, one step ahead of Arrow. Arrow tried to go for the combo play, but the Night Slash wasn't ready yet. And the reaction
Undercharge.
time from Beezelboy is huge. For anyone confused,
no
why
one's
they're not
tapping.
tapping? Because they don't want to give the opposing Pokemon more energy. This is a stalemate for now until the switch timers are up. Arrow's switch timer is just a second before Beezelboy. For anyone confused, this is very intentional from both players. Trust me, they are not messing around here. They know there's so much on the line, and whoever gets to their next charge attack first has a chance at victory.
The tension is rising. The clock is almost available. Who's gonna move first? Will it be Beezelboy? Will it be Arrow? It was Beezelboy that made the first move. Arrow Shadow Scizor is knocked out at this point. Now you're gonna go for the Thunder Fang down, but the swap comes first. The Sparkling Aria is raced first, and that will be enough to secure the knockout. The stalemate's over, and we got a tie series.
Beezelboy throwing the Sparkling Aria, going for the KO, and he is going to even up this series. What a game from Beezelboy.
Wow, I don't think we've ever seen that long of a stalemate there in the in-game, because both those trainers, remember, they had a slump recently. 65 NAIC, 17th Portland. I mean, that's not necessarily terrible. Atlanta 33, EUIC 129, San Antonio 33, Toronto 17, LAIC 129. For him, a trainer that is very used to Top Cut, very used to day number 2, that is a slump. But now suddenly he is one game away from moving on at the World Championships in the winner's side. And that's the lead that you like to see. The Gliscopod into the Lapras. This Lapras does not have Skull Bash. This is a great matchup for Gliscopod, but the Zeros is not bad for the Lapras.
Yeah, another bad lead for Beezelboy, but he likes those odds when he's on this stage. He's going to stay in here. He knows a Moltres is not going to do great into Gliscopod. In fact, Gliscopod has a lot of play into a Shadow Annihilate as well, resisting that counter damage. Beezelboy going to throw the first Sparkling Aria before the Exorcer is thrown, trying to see if Arrow's going to even protect the Gliscopod or not. We saw yesterday, though, Arrow does not spend shields on this Gliscopod lead. In comes Beezelboy. Wait, he catches the resistant Exorcer.
Double resisted.
Brilliant play from Beezelboy. It might be Shadow Annihilate, but it can take that damage, no problem. In comes the Moltres, but this makes things interesting.
But look at the back line. It's going to be Galarian Moltres from Beezelboy versus the Shadow Kanto Marowak from Arrow. But Shadow Kanto Marowak does have that Rock Slide, so it's not over for Arrow yet. Lets the Rage Fist go. That's exactly what he needs in this matchup. He's going to be able to throw the fly. Actually, he's going to be able to farm down. This is no simultaneous knockout on that. That wastes all of Arrow's energy. Arrow's shaking his head, but that's not amazing for Arrow here. He has a devastating backline matchup.
He thinks it might be a Tingaton or one of the ground types, but it's actually his biggest fear. It's the Moltres. Beezelboy, he's already excited. He knows his win condition. Arrow, does he have time to bait properly and then go for the Rock Slide? If he doesn't shield this,
you can take one Rock Slide.
but he's going to shield it. He wants to play it safe. The Sucker Punch damage is going to add up. Can Arrow get there in time? The Sucker Punch damage, stab, same type attack bonus is really adding up against the Marowak. Beezelboy still has the Lapras in the back for a catch opportunity too, and it's way easier to catch when you're using a 2-turn versus 3-turn move. You could dictate
there's the swap into the Gliscopod here. There is a fly still available for Beezelboy, swapping and trying to hit the Sparkling Aria, but doesn't get there in time, and actually throwing the Aqua Jet here. Actually, the not very effective one. Arrow does not want to knock out the Lapras, maybe trying to get a farm down with the Shadow Kanto Marowak, but the problem is you give the opportunity to Sparkling Aria or Ice Beam here to knock out the Shadow Kanto Marowak, and it's over for Arrow. Suddenly, everything turned for him, and Beezelboy is able to move on with this game victory.
What a brilliant performance from Beezelboy, especially games number 2 and 3. Like you said, the double resisted X-Scissor catch, absolutely huge. This guy doesn't need to win a single lead to win these games.
He's